What's up, guys? Dusty Shaw Fitness. Starting the morning off right. There's no better biohack than starting your day off right with your morning routine. And a true morning routine starts the night before by going to bed early, cutting out the blue light and EMFs, so putting the phones, cutting the Wi-Fi off in the house, getting the room pitch black, and getting the house as cold as possible. All right, you sleep much better when you're cold and when it's dark. All right, no artificial lights, especially blue light. So harmful. You know, RFK is just testified and proved to Congress it's causing glioblastomic tumors in the brain. But so true morning routine starts the night before by getting to bed early, cutting out the toxic blue lights, getting it pitch black and cold. And first thing you do when you wake up, this is the first thing I do, and I got this from Gary Brecka, all right? I get this from much smarter people than myself, all right? I just try all these neuroscientists and biohackers feedback, and I find out works best for me and my clients. So Gary Brecka, I think, has the best routine there is right now. And if you can't see that by the people that follow his morning routine, Dana White, president of the UFC, John Jones, best fighter of all time, heavyweight champion. You can go on and on with all the high-performing billionaires and successful athletes that use his morning routine protocol. And I'm going to break it down for you. There's a couple expensive gadgets that I haven't invested in yet, so I'll leave them out. So basically what I'm giving you is like the top 5 biohacks, and he has a video on this for your best bang for your buck. So the first thing that happens when you wake up in the morning is you are waking up in a state of dehydration. You have not hydrated all night, and you do sweat some during the night. If you wake up in the middle of the night, like abnormally sweaty, that can be a sign of high cortisol levels, the stress hormone. You really need to check that. That's a problem. All right, but you should be sleeping through deep REM sleep, and you'll know based on how you refreshed you feel when you wake up. All right, but you are dehydrated. So the most important thing you do is get you a tall glass of filtered, highly filtered water. If you're gonna buy a water, get it in a PA-free bottle of high quality water like Fiji water, or filter it yourself at home like I do, and filter out all the harmful things, and then add all the minerals back in with a high quality salt like Celtic salt or Baja Gold salt. So big glass of water, pinch of high quality sea salt. It contains all 90 something essential minerals your body needs. All right, so you're rehydrating and revitalizing the body. I also like to squeeze lemon in there for my liver function. It detoxes the liver, and the only thing I drink is water for the most part. So adding some lemon is good to get some flavor once in a while. Next thing I do immediately after rehydrating is then I brush my teeth. All right. For years, I always brushed my teeth first. That was like a pet peeve. But you know, when you eat healthy, you don't wake up with bad breath. So you don't have to brush it right away. And also, you don't want to brush all that stuff around and then drink a bunch of water and drink that stuff down. So it's best to drink the water first. All right. This is the old yogi tradition. But from there, the next most important thing is to immediately go out into the sunlight. Put your bare feet to the soil. Connect to the Earth's electromagnetic field and the sustainer of life. Everything we eat, consume, is recycled life force energy from the sun. All right, so immediately get forward motion, walking and sunlight. Even if it's just 10 minutes, it has tremendous effects on the mind and body. Your body runs off the circadian rhythm circuitry, which is producing a spike of cortisol in the morning, serotonin through the day, and then melatonin at night so you can go to sleep. All right, so this is so you can perform the way you should throughout the day. All right, if you do not get out in the morning and get in the sunlight and get some forward motion, and you do something horrible, like instead of drinking water, drink caffeine, which further dehydrates you and spikes your cortisol, you're gonna have a major stress hormone response, which may manifest in an anxiety, heightened stress, tension through the body, brain fog. So, you know, I'm a big no coffee, caffeine guy, but if you are gonna consume it, at least wait an hour or two and drink plenty of water before you do consume it. And attach some healthy fats to it, like ghee or grass-fed butter, and theanine and creatine. That really makes it a super concoction, neurotropic for the brain. And so that would be the next thing. And from there, we walk inside, get you a cold shower. Man, you know, people just don't understand. For just a few minutes of very, very slight discomfort. It's not discomfort to me at all, because I'm used to them. You get used to them in no time. But that cold shower releases dopamine. You will feel a surge of clean energy that far surpasses any energy drink you've ever had. That comes with the negative anxiety, jitters, crash, poor hormonal function. So yeah, guys, very powerful morning routine right here. Just hit these main basics. Wake up, do not hit the snooze alarm, get up, hydrate, use some high quality sea salt to remineralize with the water. Go out and immediately put your eyes towards the sun and forward motion walking. This sets your circadian rhythm up and all the biological processes to happen in the time frames that they need to happen, so that you're able to go to sleep at night and perform at a high functioning level during the day. What's up, guys? That's the Shaw Fitness here with Rocco. Hey girl. Yep, the notorious bull terrorist. Anyway, guys, so I just share with you guys my morning routine that I got from Gary Brecka. It's one of the best morning routines ever. And now I want to kind of go off into a slightly different topic, and that is intricacies of incarceration. Okay, now I am a big free market guy. Keep government out of our life, keep them as minimally in our lives as possible. All right, but drastic times call for drastic measures, and I'm not saying we should do this. I'm just saying there could be some real utility in this, because there has been a clear attack on men and masculinity, and men have just become so weak and feminized, and not in a good way. We need a good, healthy balance of the feminine and masculine traits, with a man being more dominant in the masculine traits, a woman being more dominant in the feminine traits, but we also need a balance of both. That's how the life force energies work synergistically together. But with this going on, you know, it's like maybe we need to temporarily do something like a few European countries, and, you know, even Israel, the, you know, worst country in the world. Hopefully that don't get me censored. Just joking. All right. Not that everyone can't see that with a brain, just being honest, but what they do is there is a mandatory 2-year military service. Now, not everyone's built for that. All right. So I'm not saying every man needs to go to war. If you take your super vigilant, highly functioning people like the Elon Musk, then yeah, they can go to college. All right, because they're really going to develop themselves there. But short of geniuses and a really skilled trade, going to a particular college or endeavor, I think you get two choices. You go serve your country for 2 years, or you go to prison for 2 years. And trust me, there is no shortage of people that just become weaker in there too. But if you are called on the, journey of life where you are going to take the hard road, the growth road, and embrace hard shit, then these are ways to facilitate it. People have become too weak and just, you know, spoiled and have taken for granted the luxuries and freedoms we have in this country. As much as we're losing, we still have so many, and people are just spoiled. They don't realize how much worse things can get and how good they really have it. You know, some of the things I hear people complain out here, it just blows my mind. It's clear they have never been incarcerated. They've never had to sit in a segregative housing unit or ADSEG or sit in the hole where you have no human contact for months and months. No mail, no phone calls. You don't see any human other than the brief second that if you catch them in time, you see them sliding your food under the tray. All right, and I'm an extremely introverted person. I can deal with this better than others. I don't want to be any of that ever again. All right, I've worked tremendously on reforming my life, but you know, that is something I went through several times throughout my younger years, and a lot of growth came from it. You know, you really have to strengthen the mind, body, and soul. When you have no more distractions, you can't use the substances, the drugs or alcohol or whatever your vice is to cope, because you're in the hole, they're not in there, and you are left to realize that the only true solution can come within. There is no external solution. As long as you keep seeking outward for pleasure, you are going to continuously end up empty and sicker and just continue to devolve as a man. Comfort kills people, particularly men. We have to embrace hard shit. We have to embrace isolation. This is why all the spiritual traditions, from Jesus going to the woods and wilderness for 40 days to all the yogis that go spend decades in Himalayan mountains and caves by themselves, you have to go and cut all distractions out and be with yourself. And prison, jail, particularly isolation, is one way to induce it. And that's when you realize that you know, because if you're dependent on outside situations, they will never go 100% your way. So you will always be a slave to your outer reality. And yet you don't realize that all your outer reality, all that bad shit, is only going on because it's a reflection of the bad shit you haven't cleaned up inside yet. So it is imperative that you cut out all the distractions, the social media, your friends for a while, everyone that you can, everything that you can, every vice, food, fasting, so that you come to the place where the only solution can come from within. Because I can never get all the or external situations the way I want them, so I can never be content on them. All right, that will continuously leave you empty and depressed and anxious and unfulfilled. But the only thing you have full control over is making yourself right within. That's the place where you can create this chemical factory right by giving yourself the right foods, the right sunlight, the right oxygen, the right lifestyle. All right, this is the way to human evolution. All right, it's not cool anymore to go to the bar and get drunk and high and be hungover and not able to perform the next day. What's cool is going to bed early, getting up early, going to the gym, working on your business, cutting out all the toxic people in your life that aren't going where your goals are, and only aligning yourself with people and habits that are in complete congruency with the life and outcome you wish to attain. All right, so you know, these things are just so imperative. All right, and so I share this message because you don't need to go to be incarcerated like I was and lose your most vital, important younger years like I did. But at the same time, while I lost, you know, all those social things, you know, I've never been to high school, never been to a dance. You know, I was incarcerated in just a hell of a place as a juvenile, and then again as soon as I turned 18. But that's where I got the most growth from. Nothing out here can shake me after the things I've overcome in there. And so that's why I say, all right, you can learn from my lesson and not have to go there and learn the hard way. You can do the hard things out here. Disciplined, going to bed early, waking up early, eating strict and healthy, fasting. All right, it's not about what you do as much as it is the things that you don't do. It's what I don't do and the things you don't do that will yield the most benefits and results in your life. All right, because all through my addiction, I eat all organic food. I worked out every day. it's, you know, people can't believe the condition I was in when I showed the picture of me in a trap house. Looked like I could almost be ready to step on a fitness or bodybuilding stage. All right. But I was dead inside spiritually. I was dying. I was as sick as a person can get. Looked the epitome of hell from the outside, but inside I was dead and dying. All right. And I overcame this. I'm continuing to overcome it. It's a continuous process. But I was already doing all the right things, but I won't get the results because I had things hindering me. Once I remove the things hindering me, that's when things begin to get better. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Please, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, just take a second right now to please subscribe, like the video, and most of all, just leave me a comment. Just a short comment, whatever it is, even if it's something you disagree with or me or want to hate on me. Any comments help support the algorithm. You know, I had a bigger channel with 80K. I was just about at 80K subs. It was monetized, and they hit me with 3 strikes back to back and deleted my channel for some nonsense, for me speaking truth on natural remedies for COVID. So, you know, I've had to start this new channel, and it's not been gaining the traction like the first one. So I could really use you guys' help. I've not monetized this channel. I don't get ad revenue, and so you don't have to watch ads. So all this content is free, and that's all I ask in return is you just leave me a comment, help me support the algorithm. All right, and I'll support any of you your all's channels as well. So please leave me a video or a comment letting me know any upcoming video topics you'd like me to cover.